Hi, this is Vignesh. So now we are going to see the hive, pig, and impala assignment. The data set which we are going to analyze in this is taken from Kaggle. So we are making use of two CSVs. One is original data set and the other one is continuous data set. So when we look in the data sets, I could see that in the continuous data set there were a lot of duplicate values, and it seemed that it needed cleaning. So as a prerequisite before analyzing the data, what I did was I cleaned the data by uh, joining the uh, creating two temporary tables with the help of continuous dataset and original dataset, and then joining them to create a new table called matches. So the matches table contains the cleaned data, and the join is based on the columns ODA number, team 1 and team 2. So first what I did was I loaded the data into these two tables, and then created other tables based on that, and then I wrote another query to load the data into the matches table. So this is the query which gives us the final data set which has the clean data. So this had to be done before going further with the data and doing certain analysis. So now we'll see the analysis which we do with the data. So the first thing we have to find out is the total number of ODIs played during the time frame. The time frame is basically from 1971 to 2018. So if we just count the number of rows, we can find out that. So let's do that. We'll execute the select query. So we can see the result as 3744. So this is the total number of matches which has been played during the time frame. And the next one is the total number of teams. So this query gives us the total number of teams. So we may have some scenarios in which team one, that column team one may not be having all the team names. So we cannot just give a distinct as just of team one or team two. So that may give a lesser number of teams. So what we do is we do a union all for the team one and team two columns, and then select the distinct entries from those two. So we'll run this query. So here we can see that the result for this query is 23, which means that there are 23 unique teams. So that's the total number of teams. And next, the question is which team won the most ODs during the time frame? So what we have to do is we just have to find the top value. So we are using limit one, and then we are counting the number of rows and storing it in the alias called wins. And the winner column holds the value of the which team won the match. So that So here we can see that Australia is the team which has won the most number of matches during the time frame. So and they have won 552 matches. So that would be the answer for that. So the next question is which team has won the most number of ODIs during each decade? So what we do is we use a where condition. So the column called match underscore year, it contains the years in which the matches were played. So since we write the where condition based on these decades, so 1971, 1980, 1981 to 1990, and we add an extra column called decade just to display which decade we are focusing on. And again, we are, since we need only the top value, we are using the limit one, and we are grouping by order and ordering by the number of wins in descending order. So let's run this query. So here we can see that we have got the wins by decade. So West Indies won in the 80s, England won a lot in the 1970s, and so on. So this is a query for which team won the most during each decades. So the next question is, which team won the most ODIs, whoever played the first innings or whoever played in the second innings? So what we have to do here is that first we have to find which team won the most playing in the first innings and which team won the most playing in the second innings, and then we have to find the largest one in those two. So what we are doing is we are writing a subquery with union all. So first we find which team won the most playing in the first innings, and then which team won the most in the second innings, and then again we store this in innings table and we find the top value of these two. So we'll find out the answer for this. Let's execute the query. So the query has executed and we can see that Australia has won the most and they won the most played in the first innings. So this is the answer for that query. So the final one is, which team won the most out of home game, which is away or neutral. So the where condition we are using over here is, so there are two columns for which we make use of. So one is host and one is winner. So this is a not equal symbol. So host is basically, so consider Australia and England are playing and England is the host. That means that the home ground is in England. So if the winner is a winner team is not the host team, it means that they played away or neutral, which is they didn't play in their home ground. So this is the condition which we are making use of. And the decades, this is the same condition which we have used in the previous question as well, like in the second question. So we'll run this query and find out the answer. So this is the result for that query. So in 70s and 80s, West Indies have won the most away games, and then in 2001 to 2010 it's Australia, 91 to 2000 it's Pakistan, and 2011 to 18 it's Pakistan as well. So this is the final query, and well, that's about it. Thank you.